Hey everybody, sorry about the slight restarts on the stream, had a little bit of technical difficulties getting everything set up, but we are here, welcome to the HeroesCCL as presented by Roll20. And before we get too far into the games we're going to be having today, I want to let you know that today's games are going to be sponsored, or at least my stream of these games is going to be sponsored by Simply Nuck Gaming and their People's Choice campaign. If you hit !SNUC in the chat, you'll be taken to a link to SNUC's Twitter, where they're currently having polls set up 4 times this month. They already have one, they're partway through number 2, where you can vote on which one of their systems receives the biggest Black Friday discount. Right now, you will be voting on between the Nemesis SNUC book, which is a gaming laptop, incredibly powerful. I did a great little promotion for this a couple months ago. It was really, really fun. And then there's the Vortex. It's very portable, but more importantly, it's very powerful. Very strong system. 4 slots to expand for additional cards. Uses Intel NUC NUC 9, which I believe is i9 systems. It's very cool, it's very quiet, and it's very powerful. So make sure you support the stream by going to !SNUC in the chat, going to the link, checking out everything on SNUC, follow them on Twitter while you're there, why not, and make sure that you support SNUC in the process. So, let's have a look at what games we are going to be covering today. Welcome to week 2, ladies and gentlemen, and today's games, we will be covering 30k versus Oxygen to start us off, and then we'll be following that up with Chili Mountain versus Simplicity. Should be fun. 30k and Oxygen both put on very solid performances in their week 1 games. 30k did lose their series, but they played against Crowd Control, one of the hardest teams to play against. Simplicity, very similar story. They also went 1-3 down to Sidestep Kings, whereas Oxygen, they were able to take out Chili Mountain in a 3-0. So Oxygen, the only team with an unbesmirched record so far, and Chili Mountain going to be having a lot to prove today versus Simplicity. In Simplicity, they got to show that it is just a fluke that they lost to one of the favorites in this tournament. The favorites definitely going into this are Crowd Control, 30k, Sidestep Kings, Oxygen creeping up there, Wild Heart's quite good. Chili Mountain, they have a lot to prove. Tomorrow we will have more games. We will have Wild Hearts Gaming versus Crowd Control. That should be an amazing matchup. Again though, Crowd Control looking very strong, like the strongest team in this league. But then, after that, we will have Sidestep Kings versus Granite, the power of Korea and America, with a little bit of German thrown in there, versus the power of mostly Sweden. Let's be honest there. A little bit of Swedish power and prowess thrown in there for Sidestep Kings versus Granite Gaming. Should be fun. Should be fun either way. I'm your caster, Tetcher, for today. Again, sorry for the slight issues to start us off. But it looks like we are mostly good, and we are now just waiting for the wonderful people over at Heroes Half to give us a draft. And then we will head right into said draft and get underway. So, again, our first match should be very entertaining here. We're going to be looking... Hang on, let me bring over my right screens here. We're going to be looking at 30k versus Oxygen Esports. These are 2 very solid teams. 30k making it all the way to the finals of the the warm-up cup, the Icebreaker tournament. Whereas Oxygen, they were able to, as we already said, 3-0 their first game of the series, of the week, sorry, of the season, I guess it would be. We also have some very interesting parallels between the 2 teams, both of them leaning very heavily on that right wing, with Banana Rage playing it quite a few times, a 75% win rate on that right wing out of 4 games, so 3-1 with it, whereas BBJ, the support player who really popularized the right wing from 30k, they played that right wing 6 times with a 66% win rate, so 4 games, 1 and 2 lost. And this is also across the Icebreaker tournament as well, so the stats can be a little skewed. But we'll see if that does make a difference. I will also, in advance, apologize for the quality of the actual in-game sections, because it seems that Heroes Hearth have done absolutely nothing to fix the quality of their stream. Let's see what we can do, at least for the clean feed. Let's head in, as we do have our draft starting here. as we get underway. Dragonshire will be the first map of the day. I realize my audio is a little too loud. Let's turn that down. Fixed it. T-Man! Hey, Black Milk Online, how's it going? Let me know how the audio is. I just had to turn that down. Pride Lion. So, we're going to be seeing here, right off the start, 30k with first pick, first ban, batting out that Chromie, incredible siege potential, a Junkrat for the rotation abilities. Assassins on the side of Oxygen. For starters, they're banning out that Hans, that Medivh to deal with Hasuobs here, and the Cassia, another Hasuobs special, but also very good for Tai. But that does mean both teams prioritizing the Brightwing. 30k will get that as their first pick for BBJ. Immediately, very little hesitation from these teams. We're seeing Nazmus picking up that Rexar, one of the strongest offlaners on this map, really going for lane control to start us off here. There's very few heroes who can actually deal with that. Yorel is one of them, and she will, if not picked up here, likely see bans in the next phase. In terms of Yorel players for 30k, they have played quite a bit. 7 games played, 57% win rate, but they are instead going for D.Va for Liam here. 2 games played, 50% win rate. D.Va is, of course, another hero who can rotate very quickly between those points on the objective into lane to soak the experience. Back to the point to hold the line. A very smart pickup here. We'll see if it's enough. There goes Zeratul. Will be very scary here with Imperius as the main tank. That is scary levels of engage. So removing that from the board makes a lot of sense. Final ban out for Oxygen here. Rexar, Johanna on the board. Hanzo might be a worth choice here in terms of ban. Orphea might also jump up. Oxygen did play the Orphea last week and were very successful with it, and that Johanna Orphea combo especially was very scary. Instead, they ban out the Stukov. 2 games played by Oxygen so far. They're removing that. It's another great CC follow-up. Going to be seeing Sylvanas, one of the top assassins in play right now. They have yet to win with it, have Oxygen, but there's a first time for everything. But they're going to be picking that up here. So far, Sylvanas is yet to be played by the looks of it, by 30k according to the statistics here. Very interesting to see. 30k now. In game number 1. They pick up the Hanzo, stealing that away would be very sensible, and they get Genji! Double Shamadas! Very old style here, but with Lucio having a little bit of a wind-up on that ultimate, it might allow Genji to get into that backline with either Rexar or Johanna having an immediate peel outside a Blessed Shield. It's going to allow Genji a little bit more freedom than he might otherwise have. Very sensible here. We'll see if it works out. Old style, and also the quick global heal, allowing Brightwing, BBJ to heal tight no matter where they are. And we're going to finish off with Phoenix coming in for Oxygen Esports, someone who has a good chance of surviving the Genji dive, and someone who can give good turnarounds for their composition. They have slows from the Boars, they have slows from Johanna. They have a lot of options to set up for a salvo combo. If not, very small chance of a global Phoenix style that we have seen in the past before, but we will have to see. It's going to be interesting either way. Both teams, very fun drafts. That Phoenix is definitely a little bit out there because them a lot of flexibility. Swig, thank you for the 69 bits. Very appreciated. So, we're going to be getting ready to head into game number 1. Overall, composition-wise, I think that Genji is really interesting. I think the lack of actual backline peel that we see from Oxygen might actually be their downfall here. I think that is a really sneaky pickup. That Phoenix is going to have to do a lot of work when it comes to dueling and not getting outplayed as the game goes on. You like my shirt? Thank you! Nathan P. Wild Comics online. He's got a merch store there. It's definitely worth. Back when I had expendable income, I love supporting cool artists like this. His comic strips are really, really fun. So, we're going to get ready. And Tigerfish, thank you for the 500 bits as well. Ladies and gentlemen, if you do enjoy my casting today, I'm not being paid by CCL to do this. They decided to pay other people. So if you want to support the stream, then please drop some bits, drop some donations using the donate link below. For now, though, we have a game to cast as we head in to game number 1. On the left, it is 30k with Hasuobs on Hanzuobs, BBJ being Brightwing being played by BBJ, Masquerade playing Imperius, Tai on Genji, and Liam is playing the D.Va. And we're going to jump back to me because we have a pause. Ripperoni. Feels bad tea. So, 30k. Second place in the Icebreaker tournament. Playing a very, very aggressive comp there. They have a great hard engage with Imperius and some good disruption in the form of D.Va. On the other side, they have a good hard engage, but it comes at level 10. We're going to be looking at Blessed Shield. That's their main engage tool. We're back into the game. Oxygen. Again, they have a good Blessed Shield engage, but otherwise their hard engage is going to be the Bear, and that is not too reliable or Condemn. They're going to have to do a lot of extra work here to keep up with this, as they do head into the center of the map to get this going. Stun cooldown reduction on the Celestial Charge for the Imperius, and percentage damage. Very fond of by Madara here. See if it works all in their favor. Again, let me know about the audio. I've adjusted it quite a bit. Let me know if it is correct and appropriate for you. Reinforce coming in for Red Robot. Doesn't feel like he needs the extra armor here. He instead wants that block. Very interesting. It will help a little bit. The question is how much. They go in looking for Masquerade here. Will force him back. Prisma takes a lot of damage, but is able to trade out shields in exchange for the health of Imperius, but Brightwing heals that back up. Banana H, the carry of last week's games, looking to be annoying again, but this time is punished for it. Very different to the Chili Mountain game. We're seeing 30k much more on point when it comes to dealing with that terrifying Lucio. We're seeing the Bird of Prey for Rexar going for the wave clear. Full metal for Liam, who is beginning to depush. Not too much difficulty here. Simple geometry for Hanzo stacking up. Very heavy burst, very strong on this map. You have so much point control over the bottom objective. Being able to drop the scatter arrows onto the actual objective and send them basically covering the full area. Always good to see. Madara and Banana Rage doing their Bruiser Camp a little bit slower than D.Va, who got a little bit of help as well at a head start. Tai already being annoying, rotating around the map, trying to be irritating. There is that extra percentage damage on Polymorph from Brightwing. Looking to set up and do some work. There's the charge. Good charge onto Red Robot, who's already burned Iron Skin, not having that hold your ground, really showing up there at that early stage. And without that extra shield, really was taken out fast. Since exposed for Johanna, not going to help out here. Liam forced to dash away. There's some interesting talents coming in from a couple heroes here. We are seeing, for starters, normal stuff from D.Va going with the regular charge build, and same with Imperius. But the Phoenix is mixing it up a little bit here. Usually we would see players going a little bit more focused onto the target acquired or the target acquired here, but instead emergency protocol. When he loses his shield, he gains the movement speed. 50% movement speed, 10% when he has shields, 50% when he doesn't. This is a get out of jail free card when Genji goes deep into that backline. We do still see it every now and again, but target acquired was very popular for a while. BBJ zoned away. Condemned. Interrupts the Celestial Charge, keeping the pressure on. Rush it down for D.Va, no surprise there. Percentage damage and wave clear going to be very important here. We'll likely go for mini stuns as well. There are arguments for the other talents here, but those mini stuns are going to be a really big deal when it comes to dealing with that Rexar and trying to maybe get interrupts onto heroes like Lucio or Phoenix when they try to either escape or activate abilities as they move forward for the invade. 30k looking to try and take the more aggressive position, but they will be zoned. Prismat right now is putting on such a clinic of how to zone and be irritating. Great teleport out. Here comes the dive from Tai, though. He finds the kill, but has he gone too deep? It's going to make that a 3-for-1 in favor of Oxygen as they take out 30k. Self-destruct burned here. Bear eats a lot of damage. Going to try and heal it up. Stun to buy time. Nasmus will save Misha. We're going to be seeing the Festering Wounds coming in for that Sylvana, sticking with the standard maximized percentage damage. We did see a mind control come in the previous week's games. Will we see that again? Banana Rage helping work on that turret. D.Va returns to top with a mech in tow. They make their way forward. We do, in fact, see those mini stuns hit the Nitrous coming in for D.Va. Very cool to see. Interesting, by the way, that hit the Nitros. It still gives that little bit of bonus speed boost. So it is a fun talent. It's very good just for catching people. There's the kill onto BBJ. Madara showing the amount of burst he has with P. Prisma getting the final shot. That's the power of Hanzo on this map, though. Sieging onto the point. P keeps that shield low. He keeps being pressured. Stun cooldown reduction coming out for Nasmus on this Rexar and Misha. Tries to use that to help hold the point. Stop that D.Va autoing. Now Madara is in trouble. There's the polymorph. Madara will get out this time. But it's still a lot of damage. BBJ will not be so lucky. The turnaround again. One-man salvo just to guarantee the kill. Not necessary, but it will help out. Unstable Anomaly. It's a normal Brightwing build here with Peekaboo. So far, not being needed to protect other people, needs to protect themselves. Is already in trouble. Double channel interrupted thanks to the rotation of Phoenix to the bot lane. Prisma's playing this game very, very well right now. Really putting on pressure for his team. Level 10s. We already saw the salvo. Wailing Arrow, Blessed Shield. We see the sound of barrier. Unleash the boars. And on the other side, finally picked up. It is going to be an X strike. No Blessed Shield, so not going to take the risk of dropping in that Dragon Blade. Just a little bit of extra burst. Micro missiles. Going to be seeing the Angelic Armaments. Blessed. We see the Dragon Arrow. And the Blink Heal. Pretty standard stuff across the board. Ty dueling with Prisma. P. Dragon Arrow. Good sidestep. P is playing out of his mind this game. Really nicely done. Really nicely done indeed. Slight duel in the middle of the lane. Again, no hold your ground. Red Robot loses that shield quite early, but the charge was already burned. Was not in danger this time. 3-man currently in the top lane. Banana H up here as well, as is Madara. They were trying to put some extra pressure on. Madara coming in for the help here. Again, no mind control. It's Wailing Arrow. Able to burn the mech, but instructed to self-destruct so they don't get the kill. There's the poly of Unstable Anomaly. Banana Rage just able to avoid that Celestial Charge. Will survive. Pressure being neutralized on top, but the bear is still holding. They're buying time. Now, can they make the pressure on mid? Gonna try it, but RRH tries to channel, but bot is reclaimed. Down goes BBJ again. BBJ is getting absolutely punished this game. Really struggling at this early stage. Angelic Armament has to be burned in mid. That's a disaster. Masquerade's dead as well, as Oxygen Esports are schooling 30k. Making it look easy. 8 kills to 3 as they make their way up the top lane. Liam with no self-destruct this time. Hit the Nitros. That initial speed boost is good. Percentage damage takes down the mech, but they don't have the stun. They just miss it. Liam able to escape once again. Phoenix going for the healing, increases his shield. Won't help him here because Ty was finally able to kill off Prismat. The duel won eventually. Cold Embrace for Sylvanas. More single target burst style here. Very classic build we are seeing. This seems to be what they prefer. Bonus burst damage on Nasmus. Make sure they play it safe here. Madara starting the objective. Not going too fast here. Ooh, Genji in... Oh, hang on, charge. Not enough for Banana Rage here. But yeah, Genji going for the auto attack talent, Way of the Shimada. Getting that extra attack range, and each time he hits a hero with basic attack, his attack damage increased by 1%, up to 15% for 3 seconds. Dragon Arrow sidestepped again, moving forward. Masquerade over the wall. They're going to try to escape through this bruiser camp. Sound barrier's already been burnt, though. They're committing to this kill. Hanzo tries to escape, runs right into Johanna, as we see an absolute massacre. BBJ and Masquerade take it out once again. Hanzo looks like he might have actually been able to escape here. Quick boop onto time, preventing him from escaping too. Red Robot is going to be zoned out by Liam there. But yeah, Hanzo escaped. Hasu was able to get out of that situation, but Liam not in the best situation here. Getting good to go, roll out, tries to make his way through, body blocked, killed, and finally Nasmus will claim the first Dragonite of the game. 4 kills to 12. in favor of Oxygen Esports, who are playing an incredible game right now. Making their way in, hit level 16. Big talent advantage for them. Phoenix, especially, going to get that offensive cadence, percentage damage. They're already killing Masquerade. He doesn't need more. Will of the Forsaken going to be coming in from the Sylvanas. Johanna, a little bit of Holy Renewal, a little bit of health regen, Fate and Death, and up the frequency. A little more standard coming in there from Lucio and Rexar. Dragonite down to half health, easily going to be enough to take out the keep with the assistance of this Bruiser and Siege Camp. Going to take a lot of damage, but with the punt away of Imperius, self-destruct is burned. They're just going to try and dive in to kill Liam. They succeed, but Banana Rage dropped to half health. Sound Barrier still available, though. They're Wailing Arrow to try and get Ty. Dragonite comes out, but Ty is still being focused. He deflects beautifully, though. He's killed in the end, though, by the Sylve damage combined with Johanna dive. They take out the keep and go all the way to the core to look for BBJ. One more time, they pick him off, and they're going to try and end this at 10 minutes. Oxygen rushing their way through this game. Angelic Armament is burned for the delay, trying to force him to fight him under the keep, but he's not going to get it. Won't even land the armaments, and the team is way too split to make the most of that Celestial Charge. Will hit two members on the back. They charge in. Liam, one last chance damage reduction, but nothing can be done, and game one will go over to Oxygen Esports in very convincing fashion. Oxygen Esports playing very, very well that game. That was impressive. Good job by them. A solid game number one. If they keep that up, then this could be an easy 3-0, and they could be 6-0 in this series. Here's the post-game stats for you. Because, good lord, that was brutal. Never mind, that shows me. Hang on, fixing that. We'll just go back to the game screen. That'll fix it. There we go. Alrighty. So, we're going to be seeing, in terms of talents, everything's pretty normal. We already called out everything that was a bit out of the ordinary here. The way the Shimada is a little more popular these days, but it's still not the most common talent. Hanzo staying pretty much the same, but it did not matter because that percentage damage build that we've been seeing from Oxygen, Madara Uchiha, again, completely just destroying everyone in their way, hunting members. And Prismat. I can't talk up how annoying Prismat was for Ty there. He played that Phoenix so beautifully. Ty was hunting him, he was looking for him, but he got punished every single time he tried to make a play like that. Just so impressive. So impressive indeed. Really, really fun to see. I am impressed. Very impressed indeed. So, that is game number one. We're getting closer to game number two as the score right now. How many Brightwing deaths? Oh, I didn't see. I can't go back to the stats. I'm sorry. Someone go back and clip. Someone watch the replay. Yeah, it was a lot though. BBJ was focused down. He was targeted a lot there, and that is the issue with Brightwing. She doesn't really have her own escape. She can just give herself a little bit of spell armor and then go whee and try and float away. If there's no allies near her, which in a lot of those situations there just wasn't, or she's stun locked, she can do nothing. She's made of paper. It was just well played. Oxygen smacking them down, showing the weaknesses of that Brighton composition. 6 deaths. Thank you, Tism. Thank you, Tism, for the knowledge. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, Oxygen looking strong there. That Sylvanas once again showing up, and in this case was basically able to out-duel everyone they fought. That percentage damage build, which is a little weaker due to the fact that you have to use your escape to set yourself up for the main actual kill potential, didn't seem to make a difference there because they were able to play well around it by just killing everyone, and so there was no turnaround. It was well played, and they always made sure that Sylvanas was with someone when she went for that chase so that she had a little bit of peel. Nicely done. By the way, thank you, Little Peon, for your follow earlier today, as well as Ant-Man Sucks for your follow a couple minutes ago during the game. Thank you very much. It is appreciated. I don't agree with you that Ant-Man sucks, but he's not my favorite hero, so I understand where you are coming from. Makes sense to me. Alrighty, so again, if you're enjoying the cast today, I'm not being paid by anyone except these people up here. Simply Nuck Gaming, !SNUC in chat. And you will find all the details on their People's Choice giveaway, where you can vote on which of their systems receives the bigger Black Friday and Cyber Monday discount. If you're looking for a new PC for yourself, a loved one, or just want to support a company that is supporting me and the hero scene, then make sure you go there and just one click on a poll. That's pretty decent. This poll runs out next week. Speaking of which, I should probably change the link. Check their Twitter to make sure you have the most up-to-date poll. But one poll a week is all they're asking, and me just to do a couple tweets about it, just to support Heroes of the Storm. It's incredibly nice of them. They're a very generous company, and they've been very helpful to me in what has been a really rough time. I've got down to less than £10 in my bank account 4 times since the pandemic started, and luckily SNUC has been there to help me out, and you people online, you viewers and friends, as I call a lot of you, have been here to help me out and have been very generous. As such, make sure you support SNUC, and I'll try to keep supporting you by just doing what I love doing, which is casting, and hoping that you all enjoy it too. Wink. So, if you did enjoy, also drop a subscription or a donation using bits or the donate limit below if you want to save your money on bits, because bits are expensive. As we have our next draft coming up as we head in to game number 2. Let's get this underway. First ban will likely be going over to 30k due to the way that pro players always seem to decide to do it, for good reason, because second pick has a significantly lower win rate than first pick. So, let's see where we go. We do in fact see Chromie banned away. Oh, we have no sound at all now. That's wonderful. Also, I realized I didn't turn the draft music off during game last time. I am sorry about that. I will fix that next time. So then, Chromie is removed. Taken out of action here on the other side. 30k. We see that 30k will once again not get that. Medivh has to. The second he's on your team, Medivh becomes kind of a go-to ban on any map where Medivh will work, which is most of the maps. There goes Diva. Taken out. Was far too difficult to deal with last time. So just going to be removed from the board. And there goes Cassia. Oxygen not needing to change anything up because everything has worked so far. Now then, 30k. What do we see from them? First pick. Did they first pick the Brightwing again? Or is there a higher priority hero that they choose for this map? Gazlo's available, for example. It's not the highest as high priority as it used to be. Junkrat got let through. That makes sense. Junkrat double soaking on this map is a ridiculous tool, so getting that out of here makes a lot of sense. Remove that from the board ASAP, please. Oxygen Esports now. Their first 2 picks. Tanks, offlaners, they get Yrel. Both these teams like Yrel. They get Johanna, and they get Stukov. Stukov was let through this time, and we already know how deadly banana rate is on that Stukov. 30k now. Support and main tank taken away from them. This kind of puts Garrosh out of the question to begin with, because Johanna is a very solid counter to Garrosh. So we're going to be seeing that Imperius once again for Masquerade. Heavy burst damage. It's still a solid counter to Johanna, even if you don't go full charge build, which you kind of have to if you are the main tank in the composition. And the Yorick, extra percentage damage too. We see the Deck of Cain banned away. Very sensible. Anti-healing against Stukov. The potential disengage with Stay a While might be quite hard to deal with. So they play safe, play around it. 30k now. They ban out the Orphea. They saw it. They did the research on the composition last time. Oxygen. The Blessed Field, Crushing Jaws, Lurking Arm combo. Just kind of deleted everyone in their way. Tychus, and there's that Yrel we were talking about. Nasmus going to be picking that up. Liam choosing not to do it this time. The Tyker's going to be very solid here. Both the tanks are quite low health, and Tyker's a little bit more resilient when it comes to hard engages than a lot of other assassins. So they have a little bit of flexibility there. It makes sense. All sensible here. 30k now. Their final 2 picks. What are we going to see from them? Brightwing and Deathwing. Don't ever talk to me or my son again. They do still go for that Brightwing, choosing to be brave, not falling for it again. Not gonna just let it pass this time. They are in on it. Second time in a row. Deathwing's the second damage dealer. This is the composition that won 30k, their only game versus crowd control. Or at least similar with that Deathwing. So of course, triple frontliner. How do you deal with triple frontline? You pick either Arthas. Arthas in this case would be bad against Imperius and Leoric, or you pick Malthael. Malthael going to be very effective at dealing with these frontliners. The percentage damage will be good. He can duel against Leoric much better. This is a smart choice. Overall, I think that's a runaway draft for Oxygen, assuming that Malthael doesn't get stun locked. The stun lock is going to be the important thing. BBJ has so much pressure on his back right now because his polymorph are going to be the difference between them winning fights, especially versus that Malthael, or losing the fights. It's going to be tough, but it is doable. That Deathwing composition is terrifying. It's really hard to deal with. The engage is solid. The damage output is solid. Deathwing, if he's protected, can just out-damage basically anyone with Dragon Breath, and this is a point control map. That Molten Breath will win points. It'll zone objectives. They will get value from this. It's going to be up to Oxygen to be the engagers and the initiators here in order to make it work and to punish that Deathwing. Let's see if they can do it as we head into game number 2, ladies and gentlemen. Spawning on the left-hand side, it shall be 30k with BBJ on Brightwing, Hasselhobbs on Junkrat, Masquerade gonna be playing the Imperius, Ty is on that Deathwing, spamming out abilities, and Liam gonna be playing the Leoric, chilling up in the top lane. Whereas, on the right-hand side, it shall be Oxygen Esports with Nasmus on Yrel, Madara going to be playing Tychus, Red Robot on the Johanna, P, aka Prismat, will be playing the Malthael, which is very fun to see, and Banana H shall be on the Stukov. Let's get this underway. Draconic Might coming in from Ty. Healing on auto attacks and quick little bits of protected. Masquerade goes quite deep here. Gets punished for it. Molten Breath will zone them back away. Nasmus with the interrupt. Who's going to be the one to lane against Leo? It will still be Nasmus. Going to be P rotating with the rest of the team. The usual assassin player sticking with the general role here. Just going to be playing this like a melee assassin. Playing very aggressively here. And yeah, very sensible with the Draconic Might from Deathwing. He knows that he will get absolutely bodied by Last Rise or Bigger They Are's if he doesn't go for that little bit of protected in between losing armor plates. Has to play it safe. The regen just won't do it this time, and he cannot be so close as to get caught out when it comes to the Dragon's Soul. They put the pressure on. P sidesteps it. Nancy, thank you very much for the sub for 4 months. Very appreciated. That's P. Starts on the bottom camp. Prismat really playing well so far. Red Robot assisting. There is Concussion Mine here, which I believe saw it, but they are not going to contest. They're going to do their own siege camp instead. However, Oxygen mirroring it with theirs. Madara already starting that, so double value coming in for Oxygen Esports here, going a little bit faster than 30k. $30k, of course, come out on top, getting the double camp, but Oxygen... No, sorry, Oxygen getting the double camp. 30k, though. Not falling too far behind, though. They're still soaking quite well. They're only a little bit of experience behind right now, and they will catch up once they clear this mid lane. Leo heads back up to top for the moment. Condemn cooldown reduction for the objective and the double soak potential on Johanna coming in here. Prismat P starting the top lane. Banana H going for their bruiser. Junkrat on the other side. Hasu will begin that as well. Both teams looking for their Fallen Shaman camps. Die alone coming in for Malthael. Not wanting to go for the potential Black Harvest and get that stack while he double soaks. Not worth the risk. If he can just get on Deathwing or Imperius or Leo, he's going to have a good time. Bigger they are coming in for Madara here. Looking to just burn through everyone in the way. So far, no incredible issues. Again, apologies to everyone about the actual game quality. This is the stream quality that we have been provided by Heroes Hearth for a clean feed, so this is what we have to work with. So, Molten Breath for Ty, going to clean this out. Red Robot, definitely not the person to be lading against this. We're in ranged mode, Deathwing. Reason for this is he is going to be playing quite far back with a Molten Breath Infernus and Conflagration style build here. Junkrat, by the way, shifting it up with the level 1 talent. Not going to go with the blow 'em up. Very interesting. We'll see how that goes for him. Going for auto attack bonus damage when he is out of grenades. The tricky shuffles. No blow 'em up here. Top lane getting pressured, but 30k giving up the objective for this. They were all committed to just grabbing that objective, ignoring the push in top lane, just defending it with the minimal amount of people. 30k now with the D push on their mind, having to deal with this. They are burning through that pretty quickly. They pulled it quite safely. Here's the teleport in from BBJ. There's the push onto Red Robot. Gate's already low though. Iron's getting burned. And not going to be too much of a problem unless Masquerade can land this stun, which he can't. Here's Cataclysm though. The stun comes out, but they cannot go further. Masquerade dropped far too low as the reaction to that engage. Played well. Not a problem so far for them. We're seeing Combat Tactician, by the way, for Tychus. No surprise there. Stun, but Celestial Charge misses because of it. A little bit of a misplay, but they did get the stun onto Red Robot, but it won't stop the camp being taken, and that's a lot of what we are seeing this game. We're seeing 30k step up, hit their buttons, and then zoned away, unable to finish off their kills. Speaking of finishing off their kills, low blow at level 1 for Stukov here. Mixing up the build a little bit, going for the kill potential. He's not worried about getting dived. Imperius is the only person who will really dive him hard, so no explosions due to that reactive ballista pause. Instead, low blow for bonus damage on heroes below 30% health, and we have growing infestation, so they're going for a quick burst follow-up with Banana H to follow up on their burst rotations. They have a lot of percentage damage. They just need to be able to finish the job, and that's why we have low blow. Cool to see. Cool to see when your support takes an adjustment on the talents to finish the job of the assassins. And Prisma is deleted. Great gank this time by 30k, finally finding their angle. We have Touch of Death, by the way, for Malthael. Anti-healing. Prisma could have used some healing himself, but he goes for anti-healing for the enemies. Good dodge. Good sidestep by Red Robot, but he will survive. They make their way up. Level 10 is available for both teams. Blessed Shield, Last Rites, Odin. Ardent Defender. Johanna in trouble. Drops the Iron Skin, runs right through the fire. Riptide going to do some good damage. Do they have one more charge? Blessed Shield for the turnaround. Towels will do some good damage, but it's not enough. They do have to burn. They have to burn the Angelic Armaments, but look at this. Deathwing. Not going for the Bellowing Roar. He is not concerned about being dived on. He is here for kills and nothing else. Burn beneath my shadow. Getting the extra damage on Cataclysm. 80% extra damage. And being able to get the reset every time they kill a fort, which so far they have yet to do on this map, isn't that hard. He's all about the DPS this game. Very fun to see. Very fun to see indeed. Let's see if it works out. Bruiser's going to be grabbed for both teams. Malthael and Leoric will be the ones to split soak as Red Robot finds Masquerade, who again gets a good stun. No follow-up. Ty going to land. Both offlaners rotate to join up with their teams, believing that this is their opportunity. Neither has level 13. It's a full level away right now. Head start going to be taken by 30k. Racing through that, they pull the steel trap onto one of the fallen hounds. Blink heal. BBJ gets away. It's a massive shove. Tomb does not land. They went for the combo. Instead, Molten Breath has to be used to clear the minions. Mercenary Cap still alive. What a shame, and still going. In the meantime, we do see Nasmus still on the point, trying to hold, getting his team a slight lead. And again, 30k going aggressive, not finding their angles, and are forced to back away. This is the third or fourth time this has happened all game. They can't find their angles, and they've given up. The objective shall be abandoned. They race for level 13 fast. Junkrat and Leoric being sent down to deal with that as fast as possible, and now splitting off into different lanes. Even Masquerade is going to leave to soak a little bit of XP in the mid lane to allow Junkrat Hasselhoff to make his way up to top lane to be with the team. Let's see what they can do. They, of course, use Ty to pull over the Punisher. He's permanently unstoppable. He's under no threat when the Punisher comes over. Second Punisher of the game over to Oxygen Esports right now, as we do see the charge onto Johanna. There's the Entomb. Molten Breath coming out. They are committing to this, but they will not get the kill. In fact, Masquerade is the one who is killed. Punisher's destroyed behind the wall, but that's going to be a 1-for-0 once again. Masquerade suffering from the old Imperious problem of being a little bit squishy. Being a little bit of a lower health boy. And as such, is struggling, especially against his percentage composition due to a lot of his sustain with the build he has gone for comes from armor. And he's against 2 percentage damage heroes. It's a rough game. It's going to be a really rough game for Masquerade on this Imperious. Siege camps taken by both teams, but again, Oxygen trades the 2-for-1, claiming a small lead there. Right now, BBJ is doing Brightwing things, baby. Gonna be getting that split zone. Just gonna clear out the lanes. Everything's just slowed down for now. Until the next objective starts. We're seeing Red Robot. He's hovering for a kill. And so far, BBJ and Ty have been doing a really good job for their team here. Because if it wasn't for them, this game would be in a rough position now. They're so far behind on experience. Liam, of course, has done a fantastic job too. They have been losing the majority of the objectives, but they've cleared them out. It's a 1-kill-to-1. They are holding this with great soak. Very nice macro play by 30k, keeping them in this game. Stun onto Hasselhoff, though, who makes it over the wall. Great heal from BBJ, completely shutting down the last rise. 0 damage done. Riptide comes out, though. They're still going to go for Madara. Riptide gets stuck on a wall, looks for the hunt and gets it. Riptide chases him down till the last possible moment to find the kill. Stun from Ty. Here comes the Molten Breath. Good damage, not enough to kill Red Robot. He two-tonky. They keep that one alive. They keep him alive. Molten Breath. Trying to save some energy. He's got that energy reduction now, which is a big deal. Good follow-up stun. Exactly what you want to be doing with this Deathwing. Really playing this well. That snipes the fountain. They make their way up to the mercenary camp to clean that up, mirrored on the other side by Oxygen Esports. Again, 30k take a small lead, but they've got to start converting these into objectives sooner or later. Leoric, by the way, Leech and Mithril Mace going in for that tank fighting skill. See if it works out in his favor. Critterize, of course, coming in for Brightwing Death. That conflagration. This is what turns Ty from a good assassin into a great assassin. Stun comes out. Cancels the Molten Breath early. Doesn't want to waste the energy. Gets a good shot onto the... onto poor Masquerade there. We see Red Robot trapped inside. There's the Molten Breath. Red Robot down 2. He is in trouble. Madara gets yeeted by the concussion mine. Here comes the Cataclysm, face plants a wall, doesn't go very far. That was a good kill onto Yrel here. Unable to win that fight. Nasmus had a bad time. I called him Sorry, I called him Masquerade. It was Nasmus. Good charge. Polymorph follow-up. Beautifully done. Exactly what I called before this game starts. Very nicely played. Much, much better from 30k. They're looking like they might be able to turn this around. They finally got themselves an objective. That conflagration really putting damage up here. Good weighted pustule from Banana Rage, who's going to be the one to draw the Punisher. Over the wall comes the Masquerade. So aggressive, completely trapped, but he's squeezing out. But the Blessed Shield finishes the job. Conflagration on Red Robot. Grenades, they drain hope, and Red Robot escapes. Madara now, the only person holding, he's going to be able to clear out this Punisher, but the team is still pushing in his base. With the support gone, Banana Rage taken out, the keep is still pressured, and the keep will still fall. It's a good defense, but not good enough. Prismat is stuck in the backline. He's just going to try and make something happen out of it. Gets polymorphed, gets Riptide. He is forced to back away. Liam barely squeezes out there. Cataclysm for an escape tool. That's another reason to pick Bird Beneath my Shadow. He scoots away. The good old Deathwing slide. As they look for Nasmus, trying to get another kill out of this. Can't do it. But Oxygen on the back foot, in trouble suddenly. Having a bad game here. Banana Rage holds the line for the moment. There's the clear. Prismat dealing with that. Everyone else just grabbing mercenary camps. It looks like finally 30k will go for the double mercs. Took them long enough. They'll pick those up. Finally able to get some counter value. Scouting out the bushes just in case. Here comes Banana Age. Ooh. Might have spotted Masquerade. There was a bit of reaction coming in there as well, but the timing was a little off. Masquerade just able to step out in time. It's level 20. Is hit for 30k. A level and a third away for Oxygen Esports. We have the upgraded Cataclysm, because why the hell would you not increase that duration with 80% increased damage? It is a really good combo. So they've got that stood in the fire out. Invisible Friends for Brightwing. Extra oomph for Junkrat, which is about to be used. Boom! Hits two members. Cooldown reduction acquired as they chase in. Mythra Mace is now complete. They dive in onto P, who is silenced in the buried alive entomb. No sustain for the Malthael there. As we see the kills coming in from 30k. With those level 20s, they rush their way in. And are they going to try and just go through the sidewall? Yes, they are. They give up on going through mid. Sidewall is what it's about. Will they go for the keep or rather go for core? They're going for the keep. You can see they were a little scared there. They don't have minions in mid. Spawn timers are still a little low. This game's still only 15 minutes in. Level 20, still half a level away. Desperate soaking coming in from Nasmus to try and get Oxygen to that level 20 to keep them caught up. Steel Trap being kited around. Banana Rage will be the one to pop it. They're holding this for now. But this ain't looking good. The keep has lived, by the way. The keep will survive. 30k now. Clearing out. That's Oxygen Esports. Do or die time. They have to try and make it engage here. They have to go around the steel trap, which is zoning them pretty hard. Masquerade on the top, trying to get rid of Nasmus. The concussion, the Riptire nearly knocks P into the steel trap, but he gets in it anyway. That is a great indestructible from Red Robot. That might have saved him the game here. Conflagration is doing so much damage. They're forced to back up. Here comes the Cataclysm. Everyone is low. They look to turn on to Ty. He is the main target, but Conflagration Infernus makes that a 1-for-1 Rocky-style trade as Honor Defender has to be used. Massive shove to buy some time. Banana Rage has bought his team some time as none can stop death. Prismat is back, making this a 5 versus 4. The first numbers advantage Oxygen have had in quite a long time. They look to defend. The Punisher makes his way in. Seraphim used by Yarel. Extra oomph. They look for Red Robot as a multi-man stun from Masquerade, who's gone too deep. He gets punished. He got the multi-man stun, but the Riptire went for Red Robot. Perfect tanking. as we see this Punisher gonna be slain. They find Prismat though. That is an insanely good kill for 30k right now. They needed that so bad, as we do see this Punisher gonna get cleaned up. 70 seconds left on Prismat. They lived again! Are you serious? That is insane that they saved that. That is ridiculous. It's one shot away. Hasu will get that. Sends in the grenades. Oh, they don't reach. Oh, that's so sad. That's so sad to see. Urel. Seraphim's over the steel trap, trying to cause some mischief. That's so sad to see the mines don't reach. Oh, man. Feels bad. But Oxygen Esports, they're back in the game with 30k, really keeping their lead alive by killing Malthael there. Still 30 seconds till he gets back. Masquerade is already back. They can now begin to play a little bit more aggressively, make their way over to this other side of the map and try and finish off this bottom keep. Oxygen, they are on the back foot. Just because they got that those kills doesn't mean they are alive in this. Invisibility does not land, but they still reveal Liam. They just need one hit. One hit on this keep and it will die. Liam's literally going to slap it. He just runs up and takes it. Because he bloody can. Gonna port back to base. They don't want to risk running. So smart here. The way Oxygen could win this, they are mostly showing in mid, but they could win this by trying to flank in that middle area of the map at the bottom objective. They could have very easily tried to make a play there. 30k made for the very sensible play to get to a safe position, reset, regroup with everyone, and go for another engage. They're going to clear out top lane. Their Bruiser is still available as well, so they can take that. Impalers allowed to go through onto the core for Oxygen, but Minion Wave will spawn and clean that out. The minions that came with it will not be there to defend it anymore. Still going to be a little bit of damage. Deathwing lands. Needs to make sure he's ready with that Cataclysm, because of course that also takes the wind-up time. Let's see what they can do. Molten Breath. Neither of these teams wanting to engage each other hard yet. 30k would prefer the engage a little bit more, because they have a little bit more to lose here. Whereas a little bit less to lose here. If they die, they lose keeps. Oxygen, they have nothing but one keep and a core. They do have a fort, technically, which is really lucky because the objective's not in top lane. Very lucky for 30k. They grab their Bruiser. Extra pressure into that top lane. A nice distraction here. Going to be a problem for Oxygen, who are beginning to regroup. Nasmus going to be making his way up to the rest of the team. Invisible Friends. Perfect invisibility for Masquerade. Liam, he shows. It's a wraparound. They don't know Masquerade is here yet, though. They have no idea. Masquerade looks to turn. They're going to try and take out Nasmus, and they're looking like they might succeed. He's taken out by the Riptire. Big Red Button is dropped onto the other side. The perfectly invisible Imperius is the deadliest. So they make their way forward. Big Red Button to siege the point, to hold the line, to keep it going. Riptire with extra oomph comes into the backline once more. Big Red Button continues to siege, but the cooldown is running out. 18 to 10. They're still losing this despite the siege pressure they have. They look for their angle. Malthael in trouble. The polymorph might have saved them today. Here is P, backs away. The lurking arm interrupting the charge, but the polymorph for the turnaround onto that. Stop P from turning. He's moving back in. He's going to run right into the steel trap. He's in trouble now. He's going to try and heal back off the minion wave, but he cannot hold. The core is taking damage from catapults. How long can they keep this going? P, Poly with Critterize is enough to finish him off. Cataclysm to guarantee the point. They push in for the core, and 30k are about to even up this series. None can stop Theft. P has returned. 8 seconds for Urel. Last chance defense for Oxygen as 30k look to end this here. Ty lands. Not even full plates. Committed though. It's time to shine. Pulling it to top. Very smart by Red Robot, but the rest of the team are taking a 4 versus 5 fight. Reptile with extra oomph does a lot of damage. Last Rites on Liam does not do much. P is zoned away and sniped out. Last Rites gets nothing done. Punisher is still healthy, but Madara is doing some pretty solid damage on the backline. Liam looking to move in. Banana Rage has no health left. He cannot step up to heal his team. The core is going down. Red Robot will have indestructible. He holds for now. Nasmus is delaying the catapults, but the core is going down. The Punisher is uncontested. It will end the game by itself. It even kills Stukov on the way, the crazy 6th teammate, as we will see game number 2 go over to 30k as they claim victory and even up the score. 30k, able to bring us to a 1-1 in this best of 5. Very nicely played by them. They controlled that beautifully. They waited till the late game. They had a little bit of trouble earlier, but they were able to turn that into a solid performance where they were taking kills left, right, and center. You can see here, 91,000 healing from Brightwing, whereas Banana H was kind of zoned quite a bit. He seemed to struggle to keep healing his team. And that's with Brightwing having one less hero to heal, by the way. Banana H struggling to find the angle for his team. Masquerade really struggling in the early game. You can see those 3 deaths. He really struggled in the early game where he was bullied quite a bit, but that really turned around as the game went on and he was able to get the support that he needed from that Deathwing with the huge damage output and from Hasselhoff's with the zoning. 7 deaths, by the way, on P on Malthael. Prismat having a rough game there. It was a cool idea to pick it up, but he didn't have enough freedom in the backline. There was just too much damage output from Tychus, from Yrel to try and just... sorry, not from Tychus, from Yrel, from Imperius, from Deathwing, from Junkrat, and even Brightwing polymorphing him repeatedly gave him a very rough time finding positioning that he needed. And as such, the fight went over to the fight, and the game goes over to 30k, evening up our score for the first series of the day. Very nicely done. Talents-wise, bigger they are. We called that earlier. Big red button and sizzling attacks. All smart, all trying to kill that Deathwing, but Deathwing, very standard build here. Went for Dragonsire, was very rarely under real threat until that last time Malthael killed him at the end there. It was still very fun to see. He just went for the standard Infernus build with Conflagration, which is the main damage output. But I do like that he went for Burn Beneath My Shadow at level 10. It gave him so much fight potential. They weren't about that bellowing roar life, because that means Ty is out of position. If Ty is bellowing roaring, then he is either being engaged on, in which case they have Brightwing to turn, or he is out of position. Very nicely done. I love the adjustment. The adjustment was smart. And they were able to play that very well indeed. So, we're going to be getting ready to head into game number 2. Little Peon, thank you very much for your sub using your Twitch Prime. Very appreciated. I hope you're having a good day today. And thank you for your support. If you want to be like Little Peon and be a servant of an evil mastermind, if you want to be like Little Peon and show your support for the cast, then you can do so by dropping a sub, dropping a donation via bits, or if you want to save some money on those bits because Twitch takes its little something, then you can donate via the Streamlabs link below, which is all very appreciated. Thank you very much for your support so far, and I hope you're all having a good stream. You can also support me by supporting my sponsor for today's stream, Simply Nuck Gaming. Hit !SNUC in chat and check out their tweets, where you can see what poll is currently up to decide which of their systems will receive the bigger Black Friday discount. It's just too good to get. It's too good to pass up. It's completely free for you to do. It supports me. It's a really, honestly, I'm amazed I have this deal. All I have to do is to like say, hey, can you click a poll, please? That's pretty decent. So thank you very much, Simply Not Gaming, for the sponsorship, showing your support to the Heroes of the Storm scene, and showing a little bit of love to me. It is appreciated. Alrighty. We're going to get ready to jump into game number 3 as soon as possible, and we can get underway when we can. 30k, evening up the score. So far, they have yet to go through... they have ruined Oxygen's full perfect run, meaning that the only teams... Hang on, are there any other teams who can do a perfect run? Let's have a quick look. Wild Hearts could still do a perfect run. Wild Hearts 3-0'd Granite Gaming, so if Wild Hearts can 3-0 Crowd Control, oof, then they can get a perfect run tomorrow. And technically, Chili Mountain could do a perfect run, but in the other direction. The imperfect run, the perfect 0 across the board. They're currently 0-3, so in theory, they could do a perfect run. We'll have to see. Just not in the way they would like at all. Alrighty. We're going to get ready to head into game number 3 as soon as possible. We're down Dragon. We weren't told the map bans, unfortunately, so we're just going to have to deal again because we don't get told that stuff. It's annoying. Ow. Ow. Let's see what's going on. Oh, okay. We have a... There was a message. I thought it was important. It was, but not important to me, so I'm going to ignore it. Feels good. Alrighty. So, we're down Dragon, we're down Infernal. I didn't see what the map bans were. Volskaya, I think, might have been banned out against 30k, just due to how well they played that last time. Also, 30k, 100% win rate with the Deathwing, by the way. They play that so well. They're really putting on quite a show. Always happy to see it. In terms of the actual games, though, I don't know what their Icebreaker stats say about the Deathwing. Let's have a look. Let's look. Let's use our eyes. 30k, Deathwing. They didn't play it in Icebreaker. 100% win rate in regular season play. They are now 2-0 with that Deathwing. Both times as the assassin, both times played by Ty. Good job, 30k. Showing the power of the assassin Deathwing. When you have enough CC to set up for it, you have a good time. It zones so well. Oh my god, the zoning is just beautiful. So then, we're going to be getting ready to jump into game number 3 very shortly. Let's see if there are any other interesting stats from any of the heroes that we just saw. Not really by the looks of it. Other than Oxygen also now have a 100% D.Va win rate. Oh no, Oxygen played Rexar in their game, didn't they? It was D.Va from 30k. Alrighty, alright. Well, 30k just jumped up their Brightwing win rate by quite a bit. They were on 4 and 2 with a 66.67 or 6666 recurring win rate. Now they are on 5 and 2, which is a something win rate. Maths is hard. Don't ask me to do it on stream. I'm not about that life. Math is not my strong suit, so I choose not to wear that suit. Alrighty, that was my attempt at a full chord and leg chord voice, but I can't. Hang on. I do declare that maths is not my strong suit. No, that's the best one I can do. Not good enough. Alrighty. What's the hold up, team? We gotta have a draft happening. We got a game to cast. We have another series after this. As a reminder to everyone, this is what our schedule looks like for today. We have this series currently going on, 30k versus Oxygen, and the winner will be the winner. They'll gain extra points. Both these teams, Oxygen have won their series. 30k could really use a win on the board because they lost their series last week, whereas we have for our second game of the day, Chili Mountain, who have yet to win their series. For simplicity, same there. So no matter what, whichever one wins will gain a little bit of a boost over the others. Excuse me. Getting that win on the board, very important. You don't want to be the last team to get the win. No one wants to be in that situation. Let's see what they can do to prevent that from happening. I don't like where that logo is. We're going to move that. There we go. Much better. We still don't have our draft up. Considering... no, I'm not going to say that. That would be toxic. Alrighty. So, can I start a poll from this screen? I wonder. Hang on. Chat settings. If I can start a poll from this screen, that'd be awesome. Tasks. I cannot. Okay, so I have to do that on my actual stuff. Alrighty. So let's do that. Let's do that. I'm gonna prepare a poll so that when the draft is done, I can ask you guys who you think's gonna win. That's gonna be the play. Okay, manage poll. New poll. Who will win? Why did I think who starts with Q? Good lord, brain. Doing great today. Really on point this day, today so far. Who will win game 3? We obviously won't start this until the draft is over, just to give an extra bit of stuff. So, duration, we'll put that as 2 minutes, so that you don't get too far into the game before the poll expires. 2 minutes should be enough time. So 30k or Oxygen Esports. Okay, that's prepared. That is prepared. Alrighty. And yeah, little Peter, no worries on that. I still love doing it. Wish I was still being paid to do it a little bit more. Finally! Alrighty, we have a draft. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. As we head into the draft for game number 3 between these two teams. It's going to be Oxygen taking first pick, meaning that Battlefield of Eternity was the map choice of 30k. Bye, Cassia. Get wrecked, nerd. Taking her out of action. There's the Chromie. We're sticking pretty usual, pretty standard. Nothing too out of the ordinary so far here. There goes Medivh. Again, not too surprising here. When Hastu's in your game, you gotta ban Medivh or you're gonna have a bad day. Being smart. Samuro. Alrighty, smart here. We do know that some members of Oxygen have played Samuro in the past, and Samuro on this map being able to backdoor the objective is a bloody nuisance. But finally, Banana H shall be the one to play the Fairy Dragon, as Brightwing gonna get that respect stolen away from BBJ. Again, both these teams play quite a lot of it, and currently the win rate is a little bit better for Banana H here. Like we said, 75% win rate. They are 3-1 with it. There's the Reyna for Hasuobs for Race, and they get that D.Va coming in again for Liam. D.Va's still very, very strong right now, so seeing her pop again isn't too surprising. Get themselves on the board. Now then, picks number 2 and 3. There's that Yrel one more time. Nazma's not able to win with Yrel this time. That will unfortunately negatively affect those Yrel stats, despite being freaking good. They had a 100% win rate. Now it's a 50% win rate, and that is sad. Feels bad, my friend. That's what we're going to have to deal with, though. See if it makes a difference. Boop-a-boop, boop-a-boop, boop-a-boop. Johanna gonna be removed this time. That's honestly quite sensible. Getting rid of that. Johanna has been a massive nuisance so far in all the games been played, forcing that Imperious ban. Sorry, that Imperious pick basically every time, and it's been very rough to deal with. The Deca Kane banned out. The anti-healing, or at least the Ruby, could be very solid for D.Va if she gets to the backline. Make her basically unkillable. Plenty of good options there. Also, Emeralding the target, the Brightwing teleport target, would be terrifying. Going to be seeing Stukov instead. Stukov and Brightwing seeming to be the top supports, with Deckard sprinkled in around the place. With Hanzo coming in as well. Hanzo on the board again. Will it be Ty this time? I think it will be Ty. Hasu will probably play the Reyna. Pretty hard to tell though. Both of these two heroes can play both. It's gonna be a Diablo main tank with Sylvanas as the assassin. That is terrifying. I think that might be Madara and Prismat swapping. Madara Sylvanas is really scary to deal with, but either one should be good and effective. Final pick before I release the poll. Gonna be that Imperious. Imperious tank back again. Alrighty. Poll is up. Let's actually do it for 3 minutes because of player loading times. Poll is now up. Vote on who you think will win game number 3. As we head in, 30k on the left, or will it be Oxygen Esports on the right? As we head back to me. Should be interesting. Should be interesting between these two teams. Right now, looks like chat believes in 30k. That Imperius definitely says a lot for me, but I like the Diablo in this game. I think that might be a solid pick for them with Sylvanas as big burst and Li Ming as well. That might be what they need. It's really hard to vote against Imperius. He's a little overtuned right now. It's hard. It is hard. Maybe because Science disables the medallion. Maybe. Well, we will see. Let's head in, ladies and gentlemen, to game number 3. You still have a little bit of time on that poll to decide who will win. Those loading times are way faster than I expected. On the left, 30k with Hasuobs on the Raider. Ty going to be playing Hanzo, BBJ on the Stukov, Masquerade on Imperius. That's going to be in the top lane, Liam playing the Diva. Whereas on the right, it shall be Oxygen Esports. With Red Robot on the Diablo, P. Prismat on the Sylvanas, Madara playing Li Ming. Banana H will be on the Brightwing, and Nasmus is chilling in the bot lane. On the Urel, we have a lane swap here. Percentage damage again for the Sylvanas, but it is Prismat playing it this time. My prediction was incorrect. Let's see what they can do. Full metal. We do have a reactive Ballista Pause this time. Try to reduce that damage out, but they're trying to get the solid lead. If they got that, they might have been able to pick him off. Here comes the counter rotation. Masquerade looking for the kill. Doesn't find the angle. Refuses to charge. Dauntless holding Urel for now in that bot lane, using that armor to lane against Raider. That's a low health Diva mech. The mech shall be popped. Oh, goodbye Diva health. She will live. Diva health will live, so sustains through that fight. Soul Shield for Diablo, by the way, the most useful talent onto the actual objective. You could argue that the auto attack regen one is very effective as well. When you get your stuns, you get the health regen, then combined with the auto attacks on level 4 and 7. But in this case, the Soul Shield against a Hanzo would be very effective, and they can't rely on getting those hard engages and those stuns very often. Playing it safe. Percentage damage! I talked about how you kind of need to go charge cooldown on Imperius when he is your main tank. It gives you the better engage opportunities. But in this map, on Battlefield, patience is more important. Waiting for the right angle so you don't get caught underneath an Immortal. So the percentage damage is going to be very helpful here. It will really help them in these fights. They have to play it safely. Voting is about to end. It looks like that 75% of you believe that 30k will win. Let's see if Oxygen are able to prove that wrong. I really like this percentage damage. It's going to be an Exterminator for Reyna once again. Simple geometry on the other side. There's the charge. But not enough. Onto Red Robot. Calling the silence a little bit more, but holds. He sustains. That'll be enough to drive him back. Now then, they're just clearing up. No hyper aggression anymore. There was a little fight, but overall slight XP lead for Oxygen Esports. Let's see if they can keep it up. We'll see Bruiser camps taken by both teams. Less people needed by 30k thanks to that Exterminator. Slight delay from Oxygen. A significantly longer delay by 30k. We'll finally see BBJ picking that up. Nuclear option, baby! Diva mixing up the build. Mercenary Queen coming in for Sylvanas. And Brightwing also not going the normal build. No unstable anomaly here. Brings out the extra long range Fairy Fire. Going all in for that little bit of extra damage. That cooldown reduction, that range. It's going to allow Brightwing to poke the objective. Dream Shot coming in. No percentage damage here. Will likely be comboed with Hush later on. More silencing. And not going for single target kills. They want the objective. They won't get it though. This case, 30k. Able to seize the first Punisher of the first Protector, the first Immortal, good lord, of the game. Red Robot turns it round. They're looking for Masquerade here. Dream Shot lands. No silencing yet. They clean that out. That's going to force a full wraparound to come out by Red Robot. Yeah, I know, Colio, as they begin to clear out the Immortal. Masquerade putting pressure on. Trying to do what they can. Immortal will be focused down and cleaned out very quickly, actually. Good job. Sylve, no festering wounds this time. Going for the Lost Souls. Cooldown reduction. Coming in. Oh, Prismat. Gotta be careful. But so does Masquerade. You can see he backed away from that wall very quickly. He's already used Medallion and doesn't have it for this situation where he's getting focused down. Prismat dives deep. Not enough for the kill. If Matter had landed that, though, Masquerade would have been slain. Oh, over the wall! Madara comes over to try and finish the job, but Tai, so lucky, gets out of there. The perfect timing on that teleport. Able to get out of there and stay alive. So many close shaves for 30k right now. Oxygen holding this together for now. There's that peekaboo. No surprise there. They're looking for Nazbus. Celestial Charge lands. There's the jump. They didn't have any follow-up there this time. Stukov not available. Stukov busy defending bot lane. Which, with Merc Queen, is taking a lot of damage. Black Arrow's also been used. Both towers disabled. Both towers will be slain. Lots of pressure applied there, but top camp will be stolen in exchange. D.Va Reyna able to pick that up. Masquerade arrives back down from his gank attempts to try and help clean this up, and they will do so. They will finish off these Goatmen before too much pressure is applied. You can see Liam is backing way up in top lane to make sure he doesn't get ganked. Bruisers, not available yet. Will be spawning in the next minute. So teams will be able to start those before the next objective is finished if they find the time. And time is what this is about. Race between both these teams won very easily by the side of 30k, making the most of that Hanzo. Hanzo and Reyna beating out this particular Sylve build and Li Ming. No Seeker build Li Ming either. Still going for a team fight style. Masquerade, a little bit out of position. Medallion not off cooldown yet. Focus down and taken out. He's tanking well, but he will not hold versus the Sylve percentage damage. Hasu now in trouble as well. Might become the second kill of this fight as they chase up for him. He gets the speed boost. Liam comes in. Damage reduction. Is that enough to get Hasu out of there? There's a stun on the other side. BBJ getting lightning breath. They're being attacked from all sides. Mind control into the lightning breath. It's beautiful. I'm getting a tear in my eye as they get the kill. As we see the objective won by 30k again, though. The kills acquired by Oxygen, but 30k finding another Immortal. The pressure is being applied. They cannot evade. Celestial Charge tickles Red Robot's tail. Not enough for a kill. Immortal pushes into top lane. BBJ, we're seeing Banana H, on that Brightwing. Making the most of that global. Going to be holding the bot lane experience here. Red Robot doesn't charge. He flips Masquerade, but he charges a minion. Mind control, though, under the keep. They do some damage. Keep locks on. Gets a couple hits. Nazbus comes in. Can they get the follow-up for the kill? No. They turn back onto the Immortal, and they will clear that out. In the meantime, Brightwing was forced to teleport up, meaning D.Va was left uncontested to proxy the wave in bot lane. And cleans that up. And that will be likely a fort being taken out here. Will even take some of that fort damage. Fallen Shaman will finish the job. Liam's already used his dash, though. Might be in trouble. Self-destruct not available. Liam's on the run. This will be the death of Liam. No way he gets out of this. There's the kill. Top objective, top camp not available yet, but will be very soon. Hanzo positions for it. See Banana Rage, a little bit out of position. Dragon Arrow from point blank from Tai. They found the perfect angle there to finish off Banana Rage, punishing that global. So we see them move on to their siege camp. Oxygen already started bot lane. They begin clearing this up. Micro missiles for the D.Va. No surprise there. Brightwing, Blink Heal. Probably would have liked to have Emerald win in that situation, but it's Emerald Wind. Choosing not to go for it. You see Red Robot caught out. Celestial Charge was good. They got a stun. Great teleport in by Banana Rage, though. Already off cooldown. Able to make it in. Angelic Armaments. Good damage. It's enough to drive back the members of Oxygen for the moment. They'll heal up, and they'll start their Bruiser. On the other side, 30k. Quite a while to wait. They used theirs earlier for a bot push, but it will be back up during the objective. Bruiser is taken. That will help D push top lane, which is useful because there is a siege camp up there. We see them just holding for the moment. Just a very delayed fight for the moment because no one wants to take the engagement without everyone there. Finally, we're going to see Liam making their way in. Now they are 5. 30k might want to take the engagement, but we do see Nasmus. He is here. He's getting that little speed boost rotation with the stun. And of course, Banana Rage can come in from any point. Nice little stun there by Liam to interrupt Nasmus's wind-up there. They're looking for their opportunity. Masquerade tries to find the angle. Nasmus from over the wall. 3-man Celestial Charge, but the follow-up isn't in the right position. There's Dragon Arrow from the side. D.Va's not here yet, but they still snipe Banana Rage in the 4v5 as they look to make more happen. Masquerade has to back up, though. Red Robot was really looking for the stuns. They can't do too much. Nasmus is being an absolute nuisance, getting that little speed boost. Really helping them out. The righteous momentum causing a lot of grief. It's mech mode, it's pilot mode D.Va. She does have mech back. Staying in pilot mode for now, though. Very interesting. It's very risky, low health. Nasmus hovering around. There we go. There's the mech charge. Looking for Masquerade. Not able to finish the job. Red Robot tanking that Celestial Charge, though. They got a little bit off. Still, halftime show achieved by 30k. They're able to find the numbers first there. Getting a bigger head start. But here comes Oxygen. Looking to try and bring this back into their favor. They get a little bit of poke, and they back away. Brightwing will have her global cooldown, that phase shift, back very shortly. We still see the armor reduction on level 13 for Prismat. 4P here. Good to go for D.Va. Getting out of danger. Shots being traded back and forth. 2,000 health in it on the Immortals. Charge onto Diablo. He is silenced, but the phase shift comes in. Can they get out of there? Dragon Arrow, it's completely parting the ways. They can't find the angle. The Lightning Breath is good. They get a lot of damage out there. Mind Control being saved again. No, it was used in the fight, as they are able to take no one down, though. Burning all heroics except for Ardent Defender. Blink Heal still off cooldown because it is a very low cooldown. Massive Shove still available as well. They make their way forward. Looking for their chance. Undefender is burned in. That just gets off the Immortal stun. As the Immortal is won by Oxygen Esports. They hold the line this time. Finally able to take a fight in their own favor. They stay alive. Banana Rage heads down. Cleaning this out, getting the XP more than anything. Brightwing is not a fast wave clearer, but she is good at grabbing that experience. They look for pressure. Remember, Banana Rage can join at any time. This is the power of the Brightwing in this composition, as we will see it top fort focus down. The Black Arrow proving to be too valuable here, but still having that Shadow Dagger, that armor reduction. They looked for D.Va there, but they could not find it. This is a comp. As late as this comp goes, the more deadly and the more quickly the deadliness of the composition will be. Dragon Arrow used, no value found. We see Evasive Fire coming in from Sylvanas, getting the extra movement speed. It's going to be way harder to pin down now. Prismat already playing this amazingly. It's going to be able to hunt anyone who oversteps. We have Hush for the Brightwing. That's the follow-up stun they need. That's the silence that will give them that kill potential. Nasmus finishes off the fort. Just outruns The blessed momentum again gets him out of danger. This is being played so well. Oxygen Esports holding this together. The annoyance that is this Yrel build is making it so hard for them to catch up. Righteous Momentum is making her so fast here. And she's not even just that, she's still deadly. They still have Velen's Chosen for the 10% spell power. They still up to 30% spell power. They still have Templar's Verdict for armor reduction and 7% damage on Yrel. They have everything. It's a scary comp. Mirable for the Li Ming, not gonna grace us with the power of the meme build that is the diamond skin. Diverting power for D.Va. Yeah, very interesting. Just not going for rush down. Banana Rage? Okay. Not going for the rush down. Doesn't need the minion wave clear in this map. He needed the burst damage. So having that mech increased explosion time will help out quite a lot. Sorry, decreased explosion time. And also the little bit of extra low charge time. Auto attacks getting that charge reduction is big. Nasmus is spotted by the Banshee. Not going to be enough to make anything happen with it. Top lane, there is a mercenary camp pushing in there, but it is being picked off by minions right now, as we do see Red Robot going quite deep. Good penetrating round. Mind control does miss. No value acquired. Banana Rage still not in this fight yet. They're buying their own time. They're regenning themselves up. Sonic Arrow spots Red Robot, forces a reposition. You can see this. Look at the positioning of Nasmus. He's proxying the lane past that siege camp to try and gain value and cause a distraction. Dragon Arrow is dropped. Here comes the teleport phase shift to buy time. They hold together. Dragon Arrow was burned in exchange for the teleport. Hasselhoff's having trouble. Again, Nasmus being an absolute nuisance. Exactly what he should be doing. But immediately, the distraction is earned. Oxygen go for the race, and they're going to get the halftime show out of this. Really playing this well, but it's going to be traded for that Bruiser camp. Oxygen took theirs earlier. 30k, they committed, they gave up the halftime. They get the Bruiser camp. Where's the positioning? Defensive positions. Good news for 30k. Right wing. D pushing in bot. Banana Rage. Keeping up the value. Finding what they can. Excuse me. Masquerade backs up. They charge in. They're looking for Stokov. Mind control is used. Diverting power, though. Shutting down so much. They're really committed to Stokov. But BBJ stays alive. Self-destruct does so much damage. Red Robot is taken out as Liam carries that fight with the self-destruct for the kill. But it is Diablo. Souls are burned. He shall return. Dragon Arrow onto the backline. Quick blink heal cleanse from Banana Rage. They cannot risk it. So close to the Liam kill. But they can't find it. Lurking arm to buy time. Nasmus being a nuisance. Delaying as best they can. Red Robot is back. He's only got one soul. One soul to hold himself in this. Nasmus is just trying to distract. They're buying time for Masquerade to come back. Here's the charge. They teleport away. The offensive move, mind control. They're going to try and take out that D.Va mech as fast as possible, but so much damage onto Madara, who's able to escape. A scatter! Time finishes him off. Red Robot, who wasn't here for the start of this fight, will make his way into Tries to stay. He gets Hanzo. Tai interrupted from going over the wall, but they need the follow-up. Wailing Arrow came, was already used, not available, sorry. Mind control was used on this objective, but they are forced to back up. It was the hush, the silence we saw. They stay alive, do Oxygen, but losing Madara here is bad. That's a lot of their D-push. The snipe from Tai there with that Hanzo may have just got them the first keep of the game, despite how close this game is. And if they get that keep, level 20 might be just around the corner. Mind control, but it's on Masquerade. Dragon Arrow sidestepped. Heroic swapped. 9 seconds left before Madara returns. Nasmus having to jump away. Took a little bit of damage there. Keep currently targeting Liam, but the mech will be able to make its way through. Gets a little bit of delay. Shove onto Nasmus. BBJ not here, has to be teleported in due to the virulent reaction on Red Robot. Fire Stomp build for Red Robot, keeping him up, keeping him sustained. Nasmus keeps the delay going. Micro missiles. Immortal back into melee mode, but the push continues. 30k going all in with this. They still have self-destruct if they need it, but Liam is causing a delay. Lightning Breath comes out. Massive shove sends Nasmus to the other side of the base here as Prismat tries to do what he can, but self-destruct on the board. The Immortal goes down. The catapults will be clean. The catapults will be ignored. They look for the fight first. That could be a disaster. Core down to 53%. Mind control onto Masquerade, but P is low here. The catapults are being ignored. They have to deal with these. Liam holds the line, but Masquerade is killed first. Finally, we will see Diablo deal with the catapults as the rest of the team dives for Liam. They will get him. That's a double kill. Can they get the triple? Massive shove says goodbye. Knocked back on BBJ. Allows Red Robot to rejoin the fight. Nasmus is low. Mind control. They get the Nasmus on the backline, but Hasu is focused down. Prisma finding the kills. Red Robot with the engage. The core on 35%. And we see 30k on some very long spawn timers. They need some reinforcements for this push because they might have to try and end the game here. They've got to get something. They get minions. They get buddies in the form of these impalers, but they're moving across to the other side of the map. And they're going to try and end, but the spawn timers might be too low. They have to at minimum get the keep here though. Blink Heal comes in. Nasmus will not be here. Huns only support back. Do they have Black Arrows? They don't. Black Arrow's not yet available. They're swapping aggro, using the invisibility just to reset. Has a quick second of unrevealable. The keep will go down. 5 seconds for D.Va. 17 for Raider. It's not going to be enough. They have Merc Queen though. Are they going to siege? They say no. They would be 5v4. Yrel not up for 3 seconds. Oxygen Esports choose to play safe. They get a keep. They've evened it up, and they really go for that Immortal race. This is how they can turn this now. They start this up. Nasmus coming from base. Liam looking for the pressure. Masquerade. They're going very aggressive onto this. Prismat focus down. Red Robot turns onto Liam. If they can get Liam out of this fight early! Overpower from Red Robot finds the first kill of this fight. Top lane is pushed up forever by Oxygen. They don't have to worry. Halftime show not achieved, so they can grab Fountain. If they want, they can probably grab Bruiser. They don't, though. They're looking for the Immortal. The Immortal will end the game. They've got the time it takes for D.Va to respawn. 40 seconds. Perfect invisibility. Diablo waits for his moment. The power of Invisible Friends Brightwing. He'll eventually be revealed by the Immortal. They're going to turn it. Mind control is beautiful. Prisma with the follow-up there. Absolutely insane as they will pull back. 30k got schooled in that fight. Masquerade's got nothing left. This is going to be a almost 100% shield Immortal pushing in for Oxygen Esports. They'll be heading into bot lane. They won't have minion reinforcements. There is now one threat that can stop them winning this game, and it's what's happening in top lane. Hanzo, Tai, and BBJ, Stukov, are going to try and end the game. D.Va is coming too. If they die, D.Va can maybe end this. It's all about this now. It's the game of chicken. For game number 3 in this series, did Tai just reveal himself? Did Tai just show? D.Va's here. How long do they wait? They go around the minion wave. Mind control. That takes out the Imperious. Full port coming back. 35% on this core. Is it enough? Red Robot, the full team is here. No self-destruct. Liam could be enough if he's able to get the self-destruct off. Massive shove onto Li Ming. Shield is not down. Mind control does not land on Tai. BBJ is just slapping the core with everything he's got. Tai makes it out. D.Va goes down, loses that mech. Hasselhoff wants to try and go for the core himself, but he needs to find a way in without being caught. Liam looks for more shots, cannot do it. Hasu, he goes for Mana instead. He's given away his position. They need to go back. The Immortal is still healthy. They have to either end the game or go back, and they can't do either. Mind control is used. It will be Medallion, but Hasu will be cleaned up. leaving no one to stop this immortal moving across the map and ending the game. One last chance coming in from Hanzo to try and hit that core, but he will not do the damage alone. They even go back to defend him as game number 3 will go over to Oxygen Esports. Very impressive. Very impressive indeed coming out from Oxygen. Crisis management on their side, turning what looked like a 1 game for 30k into a 1 game for them. Very nicely done. 5 kills to 14 at the end there. The kill potential that came out from that comp in the end. The Diablo engages into mind control combo. No one lived that. Every time they landed that effectively, whoever they hit died. That was mental. You can see the build they went for here. Using the Lost Soul for dagger cooldown reduction to combo with the extra burst damage of the percentage level 1. Then they went for a little bit of evasive fire and cooldown reduction on the mind control, which also reduced vision. Nice little usage of that there. Getting that cooldown reduction meaning they could get the kills more often. Hello, Jinxie. Love you too. How are you doing? Sylvanas, of course, topping the damage chart. Ty really putting on a performance there, but got quite a few unlucky arrows. Can we call them NA arrows because he's playing on the NA server, even though he's an EU player? Also, he's a British player. Do we have UK arrows now? That might be the place. That might be the plays. Let's see. Alrighty. 2-1, currently in favor of Oxygen. Can they go undefeated series-wise in their first 2 weeks? We will see as we will be preparing to head into map number 4. Or will 30k actually be able to take their first series? Right now, they've yet to win a series. And the only series they have won have been with Deathwing Assassin, which is good. It is really solid, but you can't have one trick that wins your games. Let's see what they can do to turn this round, because they have played so well all the games so far that something isn't clicking. Oxygen, they've been able to manage these very well. Let's see what difference it makes. Hope you're all enjoying the show, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're having a good time. Check out our sponsor, !SNUC in chat, to check out our sponsor for today. You are watching the HeroesCCL, presented by Roll20. I am your caster, Tetcher, presented by Simply NUC, and via the power of food. That is what powers me and presents me, so you can support me by allowing me to afford food by dropping those subs, donations, or bits. It's all very appreciated. Also, make sure you follow this channel so that you know when I go live. Alrighty then. Excuse me. Let's get ready to jump in when we have our new bracket. I'm going to make the poll once again so that we have that prepared, because nice to have. So far, a lot of you went 30k. Only 25% of you went for Oxygen. We'll see if that makes a difference. See if that will sway people this time. Who will win game 4? Question mark. 30k or Oxygen Esports. Nice. Alrighty, that's ready and prepared for when we have our next draft. Alrighty. I really hope everyone's having a good time so far. I definitely have been. Again, we have another series coming up after this one, so make sure that you stick around and are ready for that, for we are going to be jumping into the awesomeness that is going to be Chili Mountain versus Simplicity. One of these teams will continue a full loss streak when it comes to their CCL games. One of them will break free and move into the echelons of the 1-1. Who will be the one to do so? Who will be the ones to sit in mediocrity? We will see. They'll have another chance, of course. We're only in week 2 of CCL right now. Plenty of opportunities. And, of course, make sure you tune in tomorrow, where we will have Wild Hearts versus Crowd Control and Sidestep Kings versus Granite. Will Crowd Control or Wild Hearts be able to continue their 100% win rate? And will Granite also be able to escape from the echelons of the No-Win Club and take out Sidestep Kings, who would love to give themselves that 2-0 in terms of series scores. It's all down to that. That will be exciting. That will be tomorrow, starting at the same time. I will be casting that too. So make sure you support your local co-streaming caster by showing up with some lovely viewership. And if you have any expendable income, maybe throw it my way so I can afford my food and shelter habit. We have our lobby set up. It is going to be Volskaya, which is interesting, because I would have expected maybe 30k to be the ones to pick that map. But the likelihood is they picked first pick, meaning that this map was chosen by Oxygen. Very interesting. Let's see what difference it makes. Chromie going to be banned out here. Removed from the board. Excuse me. There goes Cassia. So far, pretty much everything's normal. We'll still see Medivh, because Medivh is ridiculous on this map, so Oxygen, that will be their second ban. Unless they want to be silly. Because letting Medivh through, everyone sort of gets complacent around Medivh, where they're just like, oh, we can play around it, and then they realize they can't. We're going to see Oxygen ban out that Medivh, though they're not at that complacency stage yet. Just removing that from the board, taking it away from 30k. Sensible choice. So, 30k, Brightwing still available. Maybe steal that Sylvana, something with more area control. They've been very heavy on D.Va. They just go straight for that Brightwing. Now then, Oxygen. What do we have for them? They go with Johanna, and they're the ones to pick up the D.Va this time. Alrighty, D.Va on the line. It didn't work out first time they tried it, but did work out second. There's a lot of potential on this. They just have to play well around the danger. Leoric from Liam. And there's our Deathwing. Very early picked here, but they've kind of just removed a lot of the percentage heroes, at least from the off lane, which might give Deathwing a problem. Like Leo, like Malthael, by just making it harder to play because it was so unsuccessful in game number 1. So this is a pretty okay time to pick it. It does, however, leave heroes like Tychus open, but 30k, if they wanted to, they can ban Tychus. And I think they probably will ban Tychus in their next ban phase. Oxygen for now, though. They ban Sylvanas. Sylvanas would be a great follow-up for this composition of 30k. Now, 30k, I guess they'll ban Tychus. But I have been wrong before. What else could be a good ban here? Stukov. Probably still Deckard would be decent here to prevent anti-healing from Brightwing. They ban the Malthael. They're okay with the Tychus. That does make more sense. Deathwing's going to be playing a little bit further back. Melees are actually his bigger threat there. He doesn't want people on him, so he's going to be in that ranged mode. We see Hanzo and Anduin. That could be percentage damage Hanzo, which is very powerful, or that could lead us. It could be percentage damage Hanzo, or it could be sharpened arrowheads Hanzo. A risky pick to be sure, but one we could see coming in from Oxygen Esports. They take the Tychus for themselves. I love it. Steal the tools your opponent might use. If your opponent is of high temperament, then steal his blood medication. Don't do that. Don't steal medication. We see Varian as well. They're going for the triple front. They're going for the double front line here. That's Varian main tank taunt burst comp with Leoric set up, and they go for Mephisto. A little bit of percentage damage available on this hero as well, but a lot of damage onto everyone else. But it is two very AP-focused heroes against Brightwing. BBJ gonna have to be focusing those shields as best as he can, getting that spell armor. Alrighty. We're gonna be heading into game number 4, ladies and gentlemen. Let me start the poll for you. I'm going to put it on 2 minutes this time. 3 minutes was a little too long last time. So let's see. Who do you think will win game number 4? Will it be the Deathwing draft again? The only thing that 30k have won with so far, the Deathwing Assassin draft. Or will Oxygen be able to emerge victorious this time? with the power of their Mephisto Hanzo build. It's going to be interesting. The Deathwing comp has worked very, very well, but it works best in the late game. Guess what also scales insanely to the late game? It's Mephisto. Let's see as we head into game number 4, ladies and gentlemen. Spawning on the left-hand side, it is going to be 30k. With Masquerade on the Varian, we have BBJ on the Brightwing, Hasselhoffs on Tychus, and Ty on the Deathwing, with Liam currently coming from base on the Leoric. Whereas on the right-hand side, it shall be Oxygen Esports, with Banana Rach on the Anduin, Red Robot on Johanna. We're going to be seeing Prismat P on the Mephisto, Nasmus on the Diva, and Madara will be playing on the Hanzo. Hanzo Scatter Arrow build this time. You have about 1 minute left to vote in that poll, ladies and gentlemen, to decide who you think will win. Molten Blood coming in for the Deathwing this time. Not as afraid of the burst. Going for the regen. There's a lot more poke this time, so that regen might make a big difference. We're going to be seeing Varian starting off with the block-style talents, the parry talents, which could lead him into Immortal Strikes later. This will help against Anduin. If not, he can still get some really good value with Shield Smash, and the little bit of extra burst damage is nice. BBJ gets out. A little bit of focus onto the Brightwing. Yep. Oh, they're not the same skin. They're not the same skin this time. Boo! Boo! Hiss! You ruined it. We'll see Banana Rach coming down. Go to top off Nasmus and then pop away. Just here for a little bit of health. 2 healing abilities. That's what you get. 3 votes. 100% of the votes for 30k here. Let's see if the audience is right this time. As Madara cleans out the turret with the help of Banana H. On the other side, the same mission shall be done by Hasselhoffs and BBJ. Healers and Assassins. Liam staying close enough to get the experience. Polymorph to delay the rotation of Nasmus as Hasselhoffs gets a big old bully attack here, making the most of that extra attack range at level 1. They play around, dodging the hard engages. Can they take the fight? Red Robot holding the line. Camp will be acquired, and Biotic Emitter will be picked up by Masquerade here. They don't even have level 4 yet. They don't have Taunt, but they still were able to take that fight and claim early victory. Again, late game scaling. Going to be for Oxygen Esports here with that Mephisto. Unstable Anomaly once again. Paralyzing Rage. Or the Ghastly Reach, I think, sorry. Coming in for the Leoric here on level 4. There's Taunt. We have extra damage on Deathwing for his Bolt of Breath. No surprise there. See if it makes a difference. We have Rushdown. Percentage damage for Diva. Excuse me. Every little bit will help here. Anduin picks up the Moral Compass. Very solid talent. Especially with the fact that he has gone for the level 1 bold strategy. So the bonus, the extra attacks from that Divine Star will buff him. The Brigadier AR for Tychus as well. Gives him a lot of extra sustain. They look for Liam. It's a lot of damage coming out from Mephisto at this early stage of the game. Again, not going for the more spike-focused build that we have seen quite a lot here. We are seeing him go for Furious Spark. Get a little bit of extra mana and damage. And the Static Barrier. A little bit of extra sustain at level 4. There is a percentage damage talent on that Mephisto. As we've mentioned before, Diva is forced to self-destruct. That will zone away the members of 30k. Of course, level percentage damage talent available on level 16 for Mephisto, so quite a while to wait here. Victory Rush coming in for Varian. A little bit of burst sustain. Forces Red Robot off the point. I can try and move their way forward onto Nasmus. Nasmus forced off him. Masquerade holding him down. They still have the Biotic Emitter. Still available. They're holding this back as they were able to recap. They They're just trying to delay. Both teams trying to re-grab a turret. Madara taking one for his team. This will force Masquerade off the point, though. Linus to be recaptured by Oxygen while they waited. Leoric makes his way onto the point. Holds it in neutral, though. Nice rotation. Leoric again has been using Ghastly Reach, and he's now gone for Hopelessness. All about range here. Keeping himself a little bit safer as Melting Point is picked up for Hasuobs as well. A little bit of extra wave clear, going to be very helpful here. And a little bit of extra damage to enemy heroes as well. Trying to hold the point. They don't have BBJ here yet. Global clearing top. Other side, Oxygen. They do not have the Diva. Waiting in bot lane. Going to be able to rotate up via conveyor belt. So they send Leoric down to match it. Really trying to be irritating here. 55 to 52. Both teams trying to hold this. Red Robot falls off the point. They trade in Prismat, though, on that Mimic. Percentage damage coming out. Good. Condemn interrupts the spray and pray. Follow-up stun from Ty, causing issues. He's still got 3 armor plates, meaning he's still able to get that health regen from that Molten Blood. Keeps himself sustained. Hanzo is now the one clearing out the top lane for Oxygen Esports. They are all rushing for level 10 right now, but they've got to hurry up. Level 10 is just around the corner. It's achieved by 30k, but they've got to step onto the point. Where's that level 10? Entomb. There is the Odin available. We see Burn Beneath by Shadow, which is being popped early because level 10 is not available. They've got a second to go. They make the play. They go for the backline. But Ty, maybe nobody can tune. There's the level 10. We have Dragon Strike coming in here. We have the Falling Sword. There's a Salvation. There comes the Durance of Hate. Battalion has to be popped. There's a great Dragon Strike damage output. 99 is held, but Ty still moves forward. Here comes the Molten Breath in the easy pay covered. But it's still going to be Ty who is slain as Liam tries to duel Nasmus. It's close, but the mech is popped. They poly. They try to take out Nasmus. Falling Sword onto Liam, though, who will be taken out by Mephisto. Point being claimed by Oxygen Esports right now, but they're still fighting. Masquerade will finally back away. They've got a couple seconds. 65, 66%, 30k. Leoric will be back soon. Deathwing going to be able to come from base. He can fly. Brightwing can TP. They can go for one more 5-man here if they wish. Turret is down. They are itemless here. Here comes Ty. Immediately drops an armor plate. The damage output from Mephisto is insane here. But they tried to hold the point. Diva from the top dropping micro missiles. Great use of the defense matrix to find him some time. But the mech is popped. There comes the Entomb to Anduin with the Molten Breath, but not a rage. He's low. He's slain. But so is Ty and Tychus as Liam is taken out as well. Madara from the side causing way too much damage. P with the follow-up as well. They look for Masquerade. They try to finish him off. He's tanking through this beautifully with that shield wall, but he's forced to back away. And this first objective will go over to Oxygen Esports. Intense first fight here. The quick pickups of Falling Sword and the Dragon Strike and Salvation against a Tychus, Deathwing, Varia, Brightwing. It's a brave pick, but it gave them a little bit of sustain in that last fight. Oxygen Esports, their comp very hard to kill in general. Ty is struggling. He's been playing quite far forward and he's been losing a lot of armor plates due to it. This even makes a difference as the game goes on right now. Protector pushing in the top lane. You can get a lot of damage here. Level 13 is hit a little bit earlier for Oxygen Esports. Retreat comes out, not wanting to get themselves killed off at this stage of the game. Protector getting kind of beaten up here. Got to be careful with that. We have Shard of Hate, by the way. Getting a little bit of extra consistent damage with auto attack splashing from Mephisto. It's not much, but it does get damage output. So we see Leeching Mace, Life Leech coming in for Leoric once again. Lots of extra pressure added there. Shattering Throw. Going to be killing that Johanna now. She cannot survive these engages anymore. Not easily. They're doing this point. Ty, got to be careful. Takes quite a bit of damage. How many people will they send up to invade this? Right now, Masquerade's tanking it. There's the Dragon Strike, Durance of Hate, and goodbye. Stepping up without the support being there. They were looking to maybe bring in Brightwing, but it was too much damage too quickly. Root him down, blast him. He'd already used Shield Wall. There's Falling Sword. BBJ, Blink Heal, cheeky. He's out. Liam, not so lucky. He Wraith Walks to buy himself some time, but he'll still be finished off. This is well played. Well played so far by Oxygen, continuing to extend their lead. 2 kills to 7 right now. Gonna pick themselves up another turret. Oxygen Esports really doing what they can to extend what lead they have here. Speed is a pious for Anduin. This may turn into a Holy Nova later. We'll have to see. As they start on the Siege Champ. Using those auto attacks. Shard of Hate. It helps with the Mercs, but yeah, Mephisto auto attacks are not incredible, but we'll see if it makes a difference. It's all extra AoE damage. We'll give him a better chance of hitting Ty, who will be the target. We do not see a Holy Nova. We will see a likely dead road robot, but they're still going to go for the turnaround. They cleanse it. Durance landing onto Ty. Everyone else able to get out of danger here. Masquerade. Blink Heal has to come out from BBJ, keeping him alive. Prismat putting on quite the show here. Really piling on the damage. And yeah, anyone went for inner focus here. Not too surprising instead. Getting that extra burst healing instead. Going to help out. And there's percentage damage. Hanzo finally picking it up. So does Mephisto. They go for the double here. Hanzo with the Giant Slayer, I believe? Or is it Dragon Slayer on his kit? Strong talent either way. Extra damage. It is the Giant Slayer. I was right. 2% max on Scatter Arrow and basic attacks. And Mephisto 10% if he's able to get a certain damage threshold. The static field. When it reaches 40% bonus damage, he's able to take 10% of their maximum health, which is a big chunk, especially for a Deathwing. Positioning advantage taken by Oxygen Esports to start out here. 30k. Grabbing experience, grabbing mercenaries. They got themselves a turret. They, in fact, excuse me. And in fact, D-push bot lane. Tigers get sizzling attacks now. Very good wave clear. Critterize. They have got some burst. Careful, Hasu. That's a lot of damage. Cannot afford to be caught like that. Masquerade, you can see there, was trying to get it so that his dash would follow Prismat to his original position so we could go for the kill. Didn't time it right, though. Diverting power. Finding a bit of time. Remember, Conflagration is up now. Going to cause a lot of issues. Static barrier. Keeping Prismat alive for the moment. P staying in it. Nasmus sees that's happening and wants nothing to do with it. It seems just able to get the objective while this turret is taken. Hasu, you're the only one without a thing, dude. You gotta pick it up. There we go. So, top lane, the lane of defense. Ty, gonna start early, gets a good bit of conflagration damage done. That will help a lot. The rest of the team is on the way, except for BBJ. Doing Brightwing things, pushing. There's charge from Masquerade, Shattering Throw, breaks the shield. Won't go any further. Let's focus onto the Protector here. Liam making the most here of this Life Leech Mithril Mace build. It's a lot of damage on tanky targets, especially one like a Protector. They back away. Charge onto Nasmus. That forces Hasselhoff to back away. Shield Wall is down. Durance just off target. That was very, very dangerous for 30k, but they were able to play around it. Oxygen, great attempt at a turnaround. They're instead going to give up on the keep. Go for mid-4. Sieging it in with those ranged Protector abilities. But now Tiger's here. Sizzling attacks, going to shut it down. Entomb onto Nasmus in the backline. He will get self-destruct. Sends it forward. Not going to kill anyone. Keep will likely die to a minion here. Finally finishes it off. Protector expires. Liam, no Entomb back yet. Brains hopes. Tai not available for this fight, so they have to back off. They can't afford to take an engage like that. $30K. Holding themselves in this. They're showing that they do have the chops, even though they are still losing. They're down a full level. They're down 4 kills. They are keeping themselves in this. By the way, King XTA, thank you very much for the follow. I missed that earlier. Deathwing D pushing top. Tai getting that value. Hasu making the most of that melting point, actually. Clearing out the minion wave. Clearing out the mercenary, sorry. Getting the extra push value as level 20 is hit for Oxygen. They have that enter the dragon. Dragon strike power. They want to push the pressure. Upgraded micro missiles for D.Va. Hanzo's a full scatter arrow build. It's not the full dragon strike build, but it's powerful enough that it will cause problems. D.Va, as we mentioned, timing attack, cooldown reduction. Really going in for that extra damage. Holy Fury for Johanna. Anduin holding his level 20. Let's look at what options he could be taking here. He could, of course, go for the upgraded Light of Stormwind. Red Robot. Charged on. Let it go. They have Desperate Prayer as an option as well. Varian's Legacy, not sure that's the option. Not sure that's the choice. Is it Light of Storm and Glyph of Faith also an option? The double pulls. That's Buried Alive on the other side. It's level 20 is available for $30K as well. Glory to the Alliance, so they do go for Glyph of Faith. Getting that second pull, pulling people out of that entomb. Of course, the upgraded Durance of Hate, it now silences too, making it so scary. Here they come, using Invisible Friends to try and engage. There they come, Falling Sword with the Holy Fury. They're trying to hold the line, but it's a big fight up at top as well. Great Molten Breath, but that is a fantastic salvation for Banana Rage to keep Red Robot alive, but they still can't win the fight. They use the pull. Durance of Hate is used. Here comes Falling Sword again. Divine Fury is doing so much damage. That's a great Dragon Strike. Holds it down, but the Molten Breath does too much. Leo was sacrificed for this, but that is a very, very good trade for $30K. Dropping Leo for Johanna is a fantastic trade in their favor. Heaven's Fury for Johanna doing some good damage in that fight, but the turnaround was fantastic. The Molten Breath was good. The Entomb, Johanna just escaping it in the last second there. You can see Hanzo, Dragon Strike, already back available. Already here. That is scary. It's going to be tough to deal with. Hasu picks up the turret. Masquerade just trying to be annoying. Leo already back. His spooking days are over. Now he is but a rattly boy. But Entomb is also back off cooldown. Odin, the only thing not available yet. There's the Entomb off cooldown. Going to try and take out D.Va quick. Molten Breath just melts Nasmus. He's able to roll away thanks to Good to Go. Took out an entire D.Va and almost the pilot health too. Ridiculous damage output. Johanna is back alive. Odin is now off cooldown. Medallions. Brightwings just came back up. 20 seconds until Variance. Johanna's is invisible for some reason. Cool. Pull. Heaven's Fury. Diving in, getting as much cooldown reduction as they can. They're going to try and take out Masquerade early. Shield Wall keeps them in the Dragon Strike, but big red button zones them away. Tai going deep. He's gone for Stood in the Fire. The extra slow to combine with that extra damage from level 1. They pop the mech. Nasmus in serious trouble. That's a great salvation, but it is shut down by Liam. Great Entomb as they look for Mardera. Mardera is low. Drain Hope tickles him to death. As we do see their final retreat coming out. That is a 3-for-1. One last attempt from Prismat to try and take out BBJ to allow them to turn that round. But it did not work, making that a 3-for-0. The Punisher, the Protector, whatever, pushes its way into bot lane. As they're looking to try and claim game number 4 to take us to a game number 5 if they can win with this push. BBJ teleports in for the last push. Make sure they have everything they can. They put Brightwing in the Protector now, making sure that she is ready. Keeping her safe. She is the most vulnerable target. Heaven's Fury. Little bit of extra damage being dropped here by Red Robot. P went way too far in. You can see the conflagration is actually burning him down quite hard. Mimics away, but the Protector is waiting. Good pull. Keeps him alive. Protector actually looking quite low. Tires to fly. They will live. They will survive. Oxygen keeping it going. Brightwing's already abandoned that Protector to make sure she can top everyone up. Heaven's Fury. Going for Masquerade. Try and pick him off. Remember, Deathwing's in the sky, slowly healing up. He'll be able to land any second. Nasba's about half health. Dragon Strike will stop short of catching anyone. Actually, it will tickle Hasu. Masquerade's still running. Here's Deathwing, and that will shut down the chase. They will survive that. Great job by Prismat delaying there. If they entered straight onto the core, they might have been able to do it, but his damage output and distraction was enough to delay. Healing Camp, Bardic Emitter taken by Oxygen. As the game stabilizes. It's not over yet. Top keep still a little bit low for 30k. Oxygen do have an end game condition. Next objective will be mid. Not ideal for them. But they can still take that right up to the vulnerable keep. But if 30k gets it, that's going to be heading for core. Got to be careful around that. Odin dropped for siege. They've got time before the next objective spawns, so they're using it on the fort here. Molten Breath is good in Tomb on Johanna, but no one can find a position to follow up because of the Dragon Strike. Nice job by Hanzo. Falling Sword finds nothing here, and again, Ty with the Molten Breath zones them out. Good damage by Prismat, but he went a little too aggressive that time. Takes quite a lot of damage on the way out. However, the push has been ended. Big Red Button clears Catters, but that's all they're getting. Hasu has to back up. They got a little bit of forward damage, but nowhere near as much as they would like. It's a good performance so far. But we're going to see Oxygen smashing their way through, grabbing themselves a siege camp. Molten Breath's good. Not enough. Johanna in the bot lane. Clearing out the minion wave has gone for, again, just as fast, going for a very fast wave clear. Johanna, one of the actual best wave clear heroes on their team. Still a catapult to go through, though. Full invisibility being spread to everyone on the team who can get it. Deathwing, of course, the only exception. That would be very scary, though, if Deathwing could be affected by invisibility. They clear their way through. Prismat, a little bit of damage. There's the taunt. Leap of Faith. Glyph of Faith, remember, is also available. There's the Entomb. Buried alive. Glyph of Faith. Value. Falling Sword. They're going for it. Dragon Strike separates the team out in two. Immediately, Brightwing teleports to the back. The team was split up, but the big red button has been pushed. Both teams looking to try and make something happen here. Taunt was burned. Tide just gets eaten by Prismat. P doing a good job. With Fountain down in mid for both teams. It's all about this objective. Dragon Strike burned again. We'll make it all the way to this camp. Doesn't get much done, but it saw that they were doing it. Big red button gets some value. Clearing out the lanes, getting the pressure, but it's not available for the fight anymore. Taunt onto Johanna, focusing down. Prismat gonna melt Ty again, though. Causing so many problems. Ty might have to fly here, and that's not the time to do it, but he's gonna have to. So we're going to see 30k take the time to delay. They have a siege camp, they have a healing camp they can get, they have a top they could maybe try and de-push, but they can't be too slow. They have to make sure they make it back for 99. But 99 is the only time they actually need to contest this. They can wait. Hasu clears top. Deathwing relands. Topped up on armor plates. BBJ is holding off on Invisible Friends right now. Needs to make sure that he has the healing available. Micro missiles from Nasmus. He also has a self-destruct available as well. Going to be quite an issue in this fight. Hasu currently above the rest of the team. Looking for his angle. Good percentage damage onto Red Robot. Looks to finish him off. Iron Skin buys the time. Here comes the Dragon Strike. No one's on the point. Liam's going to try and hold the overtime. Here comes Cataclysm onto the Entomb. They look for it. The Salvation is holding the line, though. Nazma stays alive. Self-destruct dropped into the choke point. And we see a very zoned out 30k. Masquerade dropping low. BBJ killed by the Dragon Strike. As Nasmus chases down Liam. The Drain comes out, but they can't hold it. The Protector is taken by Oxygen. All aboard, all aboard, fools. We're going top lane. They're going to be heading up. They swap out members who are in the Protector. Unfortunately, they did that inside the big red button, so they took quite a bit of damage there. Tiger's Own has expired, though. Shield wall down, off court. It's on cooldown. Masquerade gets it back just in time, but he's focused down by Red Robot. Time will land in the meantime. Liam causing a distraction in the backline, but they're in serious trouble. They've got to try and drain their way through this Protector. He's got the fully stacked Mithril Mace. Ty drops low. Asu stunned under keep. He tries to stay alive. He did Medallion, but he's going to be focused down by Priz. They pull him out of the Entomb again. This is Banana H's game. He's been playing this on point. He is the reason this team is still alive, leaving just Liam to defend. Game number 4, and the series will go over to Oxygen Esports. Nicely done, Oxygen. 30k, a valiant fight. Really putting their all into that game, into that series, but they did lose out in the end. They really put everything into that. But overall, it turns out the main fight, it was a little bit too much in favor of Oxygen at the end. They were able to get a fantastic salvation by D.Va some time. And in the meantime, Hasu was trying to cause a flank on the other side, but that crazy ult, the self-destruct, not the ult, sorry, the E, I guess, of D.Va, that crazy self-destruct caused too many issues. It zoned the team a little too much and forced them to back up, and it gave time for a regroup from the side of Oxygen, and that seems to be what that comp was about, creating a regroup point where they could get the turnarounds, and they were able to get isolation kills. Nicely done. Also, Dragon Strike, really good value in that game. They were able to kill off BBJ at the end. The zoning was solid. They got some really good damage earlier on. Just well played. Well played coming in from Oxygen Esports. They will take the win in this best of 5 series. 30k is O2 is, yeah, they're not doing too well right now. They are struggling, but there's plenty of opportunities to make their way back in. Oxygen, however, they are now 2-0 in. They are 2-0 in. Words are hard. They're 2-0 in series, meaning that they currently are first place in the CCL with a map score of 6-1. The only team that can overtake them right now is Wildheart. If Wildheart can 3-0 their game tomorrow versus Crowd Control and Sidestep Kings can tie with Oxygen at the end of Week 2 if they're able to win their games in 3-0s. That is how they will be able to catch up. Tough games, but doable. Sidestep Kings, in fact, against Granite Gaming, potentially. I can maybe see it. We'll have to see. It's going to be a tough matchup either way. Excuse me, but yeah. 30k for now. They will be the team at the bottom of the table. Currently with 0 wins under their belt. But plenty of opportunity for them to make their way back in. For now, though, that is the end of my cast for series number 1. I'm going to prepare the overlay for series number 2, which will be, of course, so that you don't go anywhere, Chili Mountain versus Simplicity. Which should be a fun series. I'm excited for that. We'll see if Chili Mountain are able to actually put themselves on the board, currently with not even a single map win, or with Simplicity will be able to even everything up again, as will be able to actually make themselves on the board. They have at least won a map. So right now, Simplicity are just looking for their first win, whereas Chili Mountain are definitely looking for a pride win right now. We will see if they are able to do so. For now, though, thank you everyone very much for watching. I hope you are enjoying yourselves so far. If you are, please consider, once again, dropping that... oh, that's way too big. Let's fix the logos before I do my sign-off. There we go. Much better. If you're enjoying, make sure you show your support by dropping a sub or a donation or something like that in the chat to show your support for me. And I do like casting this stuff, but it needs to be worth my while. We're obviously competing with the big stream at the moment. It's like back in the days where we had to compete versus Caldor. It was pretty freaking hard, but I know we can do it. And if you are willing to help me, then I would like that very, very much. Thank you all for your support so far. It's been very, very kind of you. We've had some really kind donations over the last week, especially last week. We had some really, really nice ones from people. For now, though, once again, I would like to remind you to support our sponsor for today, !SNUC in chat. They are simply Nuck Gaming, and they are allowing you to vote on Twitter as to which of their systems will receive the bigger Black Friday discount. Right now, the poll is going up between the Nemesis SNUC book, which is their gaming notebook, versus the Vortex, a portable powerhouse of a system. So the question is, do you want that little laptop to be cheaper, or do you want that beast of a portable machine to be cheaper on Black Friday? Maybe not for you, but think what other people would want. Everyone's at home a lot at the moment, so maybe the desktop, but once everything gets back to normal, people want to continue that gaming life that they've set up for themselves in pandemic when they head into the new when they are finally allowed out from their lockdowns. The UK is back in full lockdown, so E1 would be good for me, but I know I would certainly like something to watch in bed. We will see. For now, though, everybody, thank you very much for watching. I have been Tetcher. I am your caster. Do not go anywhere. We will be back in a few minutes with Simplicity versus Chili Mountain. There is also another cast for this. Jixie Cat will be casting on the Simplicity channel as well. So there's the main channel CCL, there's my channel here, which will be doing it, and then we have Jixie casting the Simplicity match on Simplicity's channel as well. So thank you all very much for watching. We will be back in but a few minutes. We'll see you all later. See you in a bit.